I'm about to film, the guy on the lawn starts coming and cutting the practice green. Yay!
Triple T golf, just normal golfers, showing you out there, the general public. You're not as bad as what you think. It could be worse. You could be.
Welcome back to another Triple T golf video. I'm excited about this morning, because as much as I love the boys, it's nice to do this and just get out on my own every now and then. I've got some new equipment as well. I've got some new USB mics, so I'm hoping you can hear it. I'm going to put a little bit about them as well on the video later on. But yeah, we're down here at Owston Park, which is one of his favourites. We do like filming down here. What more of a difficult opponent to face than, well, me? So yeah, 12 months ago I came down here and I shot some of the best golf that I've played. I feel like I'm a better golfer now, but do the figures match up? Let's find out. I'll tell you one thing, I look better in my druid stuff. There you go. So yeah, join me, see if I can beat myself, I suppose. Cheers guys, hope you enjoy. So yeah, it's been rightly pointed out to me a few times that one of my biggest faults when filming on videos is that I don't face the camera when I'm talking. So hopefully that's what this little thing's going to eliminate. You not being able to hear me and the audio quality being crapped. I've got a blister right there. It's ripped half its skin off my bloody hand. So this is going to be fun. It's going to have to be a soft swing with this blister because it's hurting already. Oof. Okay, we've got a very, very lucky bounce there off the last tree there to the left hand side. That was uncharacteristically straight for me. And we're going to be one of them days, is it? Well, if we get away with it, we can't complain. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the video is all about trying to see if these mics work better. At the same time, it was for me to just have a little chat with you and give you a little bit of an insight, I suppose, into Triple T golf and what we're about and how the channel started. Like I said, it was about a year ago that I really decided that I was going to go. I think it was Christmas 2020. Yeah, going into New Year 2021, that I really did decide that this is going to be something I wanted to have a go at. Like most young lads, I suppose, sport's always been a massive thing in my life. And I've always played rugby, football, running. I've tried tennis, I've tried darts, I've tried pool, snooker, everything you could think of really. Like any typical kid, I suppose. Never the smartest at school, want the dumbest. I just didn't really concentrate because as far as I was concerned I was going to be a professional rugby player. But unfortunately that didn't happen. I was intelligent enough, I suppose, to get decent enough grades and worked hard and got a decent enough career. But I've always kept that sort of void in my personal life full with sport, whether it be football, five-a-side, whatever. But then COVID came in 2019 and that kind of changed everything. And I'm just coming up to my ball now, so talk about that in a minute, I suppose. Okay, so looking at this, we've got, it looks like it's in the middle-ish. No, it doesn't, it looks like it's at the front. 84 to the front, it's quite firm underfoot. I'm gonna go with the 52. 52, oh, this hand is killing. 52. Let's see if we can get one on there. Never play well on this hole. Never do well on this hole. It's short. It's short. I mean, okay. I think that was a bit of a lazy swing there, because it's definitely short. Anyway, pitching wedge in hand. Just going to try. You can see massively left and right. So I'm going to try and bounce it, ideally around here, and hope that it might roll down. See if we can do what we talk about. Okay, bounced exactly where I wanted it to. Right, so we have a very lengthy putt for par. I can see this going right to left, I think. It's funny because that video that we played here a year ago, I remember hiding under that tree because the weather was just ridiculously bad. Okie dokie. I did just say okie dokie, yeah. Just didn't come round enough. It's disappointing. Very, very disappointing. My eyes are really watery this morning. Okay, we'll take a bogey. We're not happy with it, but we will. So yeah, COVID came, and myself, like many others, I suppose, struggled. I was working from home. I was furloughed for the best part of 2 months, I think. Which, do you know what, as horrible a time as it was brilliant, because I got to do things with my son that I wouldn't usually do, because obviously he wasn't allowed to hang about with his mates. He were 14, 15, and like many 14, 15 year olds, I suppose, kind of rebelled against his parents. But we were able to do things like bike riding and even going out onto an empty field with the golf club, really, and just doing silly little things. But it was at that time that I decided, right, I need an excuse, you know. I need an excuse to get out. I didn't want to admit it, but my mental health was shot. It really was. And my wife kept telling me that it was shot and I needed to do something. I need to have an aim, a point. Working from home, getting up, going into my office, sitting on the sofa, watching telly, and then going back to bed. It kind of all felt pointless. And that's the whole purpose behind this channel, really. It was a case of, right, give me an excuse to get out there, let's film. Let's see if we can do all right, just to show the kids we can do it. And then the subscribers grew, the viewers started coming, and I got addicted to it, if I'm honest. So if it's not my family, biscuits, takeaways, I've got a very addictive personality, and YouTube's just one of them next things that I'm addicted to, I suppose. So we're going to play this all now and at all 2, and we'll talk to you a bit more later on. Right, we've got driver in hand again. We're going to try and keep it straight. It's a 300 yard par 4. On paper it's a really straightforward looking hole, but because we've got these 2 tree lines, and that tree line up there is perfectly in range for myself, makes it a little bit difficult. Right, now what I will say is that if you do manage to pull it straight and you hit over these trees here to your left hand side, it usually works out as a decent line in. So let's see if we can do that exact same. Stay out of them trees. I think I'm just at the left side of the trees. We've got a lot of debris down there. We've got, what are we talking, front of pin, 60 yards just at front of green. I've got a 58 in hand. Yeah, it's more of a case of just trying to get it on there and get it to stop. It's more about accuracy as this shot, I think. I'm losing distance today because of this blister. I can't really swing it hard. Oh, that was just rubbish. What was that? I first bought these clubs, these Smithworks wedges. I was immense with them. Last couple of weeks, I don't know. At the end of the day, I suppose it's funny I should play like that because I always said this channel's about real golf, and real golfers do that. So the sun's come up over the trees now. It's more of a bumper run, is this? But one advice I will give you, that on my 58 that I just pretty much shanked that. Don't shy away from it just because you've hit a bad shot. Because you'll end up hating the club, you'll get a fear of the club, and you'll never get it back out of your bag. So what we're going to do now is just try for the similar sort of shot, just shorter than what we wanted on that last one. Oh, and it's thin, this one. Now, we've got to sort these wedges out. We have got to sort these wedges out. Right. Feel really static and stiff. Oh, Tony, shut up moaning. That's better. Oh, what was that bounce all about? That should have gone downhill to right. Wow. Lots of debris again on these greens. This time of year, I guess. So just like I saw the chip, it's going left to right quite badly. Oh. Not off to celebrate bogeys, but woohoo! Okay, so as we walk to the third, yeah, so I made the decision to create the YouTube channel, but then I thought, well, how do you do that? Didn't have £400 to spend on a vlogging camera. Didn't have £150, £200 to buy USB mics. Didn't know anything about video editing. I did a little bit in terms of marketing and stuff that I've had to do for my jobs in the past, but nothing to the point where I wanted the public to see it. I didn't know anything about camera angles. Still don't, obviously, as you can tell. And it was a learning curve. I was very nervous that first video, and yeah, I mean the first video was a nightmare. Went down to my local golf course, is Whitwood Golf Course, and that would be where I play most of my golf. But when I went down to become a member, they actually embarrassed me in front of the clubhouse because I was wearing a hoodie, which angered me, let's say, somewhat, and I've never been back. I said I wouldn't, and I never have. Okay, hole 3 down here at Owston. We've got 135, 140 to the middle. I've got an 8 iron in hand, simply because, again, like I say, not really swinging at things hard. You can either, I don't know, I just never seem to play this hole well. Well, don't seem to play any hole well at the minute. Gentle 8 iron. Try and get these hips moving. We've pulled it up to left. I'm too static. It's about pin high, that as well. I mean, I don't want to dwell on it too much, but like I said, the whole reason behind the golf course thing was the mental health thing, and just feeling as though I was spiralling a little bit. So we put our hands all into them first couple of videos, and when I watched them back, they were horrible. It was so bad. Camera angles showing the bottom of my belly whenever I swung the golf club. The first video, I'll tell you a secret, that old banner across it that says Ferrybridge Driving Range, it's simply because you can see the bottom of my belly whenever I swing the club. So yeah, we got a little bit better. Hopefully you think we got a little bit better editing the video. Sometimes we question that. I think I'm short as well, you know. Everything about that shot was just poor. Anyway, so what we decided to do was upgrade our phone to an S22 Ultra, because it's got an 8K camera on it if I need it. It's got a very good processor in it. It's got the ability to have some decent memory as well. And that's what it's kind of gone. So that's what we still film on. We do everything on the mobile. We do the filming, the editing, everything. That's what you're currently being filmed on right now. We've got these little bad boys, which I'll talk to you more at the end, simply because I can't remember the name of them. But let's see if we can find the box and have a look. Right, so we're not far off pin eye. It wasn't short. It was just left. It was just pulled left. I'm going to have pitching wedge in hand. Take a putter as well. Need to start bagging these pars. Feel like it's been a bit rushed this morning. I had a bit of a problem with the camera stand on the trolley, and I kept seeing people turn up and teeing off before me, and I'm making excuses, I know I am. I'm just not playing well with my wedges at the minute. And it is having a knock-on effect, because it does, because that's golf for you. Anyway, after seeing that first chip that I did earlier, I'm going to literally try and just bounce it on again. It looks like it's going a little bit left to right. We're just going to try and bump it on, get it up there, and hopefully get a par. Are you kidding? I hate golf, me. Hate it. Right. We think this is a little bit right to left. No, I'm not having that. Not having that at all. That was absolutely flushed. I didn't even see it. Oh, I'm against the elements here, peeps. We're playing bogey golf. Right, we've just got to stay strong. Can't believe that was unfair. So that's kind of it for the origins of how Triple T started. Ironically, the video is going out just after Valentine's Day, but it does feel like the right time to give a shout out to not only my missus, but also the lads' partners as well, that allow them the time to obviously come, and because your weekends are precious, aren't they? You know what I mean? I try and play golf as early as I possibly can on a Saturday and a Sunday, in order to be able to spend time with my family. But it still eats away at that time. And in the summer, when we're filming and stuff like that, we're out pretty much 3-4 times a week. So there is sacrifices that are being made. And I think it deserves recognition, just to say sort of thank you to my wife Sarah, and to Stan's wife Alana. Thank you to Darren's partner Emma, Stewie's missus as well, so Tracy, and the kids as well. And we'll just thank Lewis for being Lewis. I mean, yeah, it is. It's a massive sort of, look, thank you. Because, yeah, she might mention it once or twice, but she never really means anything by it. She's never serious about it. And if anything, she knows how important it is to me. And she encourages me a lot. She really does. I wish she'd watch the videos more. But golf's not her thing, so I understand it. I mean, she's laid at, well, she's not laid at home at all. I know what. Knowing my wife, she'll be pottering about the house, tidying everything up. She's nesting at the minute. She's about halfway, well, she's 15 weeks pregnant at the minute, so as you can imagine, she's, yeah, I know, 42 years old and doing it all over again. Don't ask. But yeah, she's nesting at the minute. She's, we get to find out next week the gender of the baby, so we're all very excited. There's little girl Evie is, she's coming up to being 10 this year, and she's very excited, as you can imagine. The rest of the kids, I'm going car shopping with my eldest daughter Georgia this afternoon. That's a new chapter in her life. Connor's just got himself a new house, which I'm very proud of him for. And our Lawson's doing really well in his new job, which again, I'm really proud of him. We're going to have a butcher in the family, I think, which I'm not sure I could do that job, but he's doing it and he's loving it as well. So, right, on to hole 4 here. Let's see if we can start getting some pars and playing a little bit better. Straight down. There's a bit of a dodgy tree here that I've got to sort of make sure I don't contact with, but I'm going to go with my new 5-wood, my LTDX. Oh, I think my hand's bleeding. 55. I'm going to go with a 58, so absolutely anything could happen here. Right at the front of the pin. So truthfully, I'm just aiming for middle of the greenish. That's what we've got. Oh. Can't ask for something and then moan when you do it exactly as you said you were going to do. Look, I'm bleeding. Well, I said it was a birdie putt. It must be 30 feet away. Right, I think there's a slight right to left, but it's so easy to to leave these short, and because you think like that, it's easy to knock them past as well. Right, okay, I've left it short. But we've got it somewhere near. It's a big dustbin lid, but it's a dustbin lid. So we're hoping that this will give us par, and we can start getting a bit better then. We've got history with this length putt. We'll take it. It wasn't the most fluid of putts, but we'll take it. Right, that's the first par of the day, guys. Still 3 over, moving on. Par 5 next. Okay, so if the come on, focus. If the sound is good, and these are what I've got. Your Lanzi lapel microphones. So yeah, comes with a little unit that sticks in the bottom of your phone. You can get an iPhone connector as well. 2 microphones, charging case, and I believe it was about 35 quid. So, if anybody's interested, there you go. I'm set up, look on my trolley. So that's where the phone sits, and that's where I've got a decent angle when it comes to playing. So for anybody that's interested, I started playing golf basically because I worship my dad. So my dad supported Manchester United, I support Manchester United. My dad supported Castleford Tigers, I support Castleford Tigers. My dad's second team is Leyton Orient, my second team is Leyton Orient, with a little bit of Hull City chucked in there as well because we spent 8 years in Hull. But I got into golf simply because I want to spend time with my dad. My dad's hero was my Uncle Jack, who later became my hero as well, and he was a very good golfer, and I always wanted to get to the point where I felt like I was playing at his level. I feel like I've got to about that stage now, so that makes me happy. But yeah, it was simply just to get into golf to spend a bit of time with my dad, I suppose. And he's struggling at the minute, is the lad. He's on a waiting list for a hip replacement, so he's not able to play golf at the minute. But we'll have him back. We'll definitely have him back on the channel at some point. I'm sure of it. But he's just got to get himself right first. Right, so we're at hole 5, 500 yard par 5. Dog leg to the right. It's a challenging one, is this, because you need to get your tee shot left to be able to get a decent second shot in, or else you're going over them trees. So let's do it. Oh dear me, I've just snapped that beautiful camera stand that we were just talking about. Okay, so like I say, the perfect angle here is that tree. Hopefully you get it to drop just past it, and then you get a decent second shot in. The closer you can get to that tree, if you can get it past it, you've got a better and shorter shot in. But quite honest with you, at the minute, I'd just be happy one going somewhere in between them 2 trees. This is where I'm finding my hand is hurting more than usual. Oh, put it in one of the worst possible places. Oh no. I can talk for all golfers here, really. You do have them days, don't you, where you just feel like everything you've done just don't feel right anymore. My drives have felt so awkward, and that was just bizarre with a massive cut to it. So I must have really come across that one. Anyway, when I was younger, myself and my dad used to play with my granddad, my mum's dad, and my uncle as well. But it was very scarce. It was very few and far between. But I used to love playing with my granddad. I want to give my granddad a shout out as well, because over the last couple of months he's had it really, really hard. He's got Parkinson's, and he had an episode which we thought we'd lost him, to be honest, and it was all down to lack of sodium in the body, and it was scary because we, like I say, we thought we'd lost him. He went into hospital, but stubborn is my granddad, proper stubborn. He's back out now, and he's not and never will be back to any sort of normality, but I just wanted to give him a shout out as well, because he inspired the channel as well. He inspired me playing golf when I was younger. And he's my hero at the end of the day. He's my ultimate hero, he's my granddad. And if I do anything, I always want him to see it and I want him to like it. But just want you to know, Grandad, that if you do watch this, that I have 100% faith in you, that I know you won't get right, but you'll get some form of right that you're happy with. And I'll be there regardless. And we'll support you through it all. Right, so I've got a second shot here. I've left myself with the right bugger of a shot off. See if we can get through. And we're going to go with a 6 iron, because we know we're not going to get it there. Even if we did, we've still got 280 to go. There's not a chance. I just want to try and get over these trees, or at least through them. Get myself somewhere down there, give me a decent shot to get on there. We're playing for pars now. It felt like I hit that so well as well. We're going to go with this flipping fairway wood that seems to be the only club in the world, or in the bag at least, that I can fade. So we're going to go around with it. We're going to aim for the trees. I'm going to just hope we can get somewhere right. We like trees, clearly. That's coming round perfectly. Okay, so a little bit more about the Triple T Golf Boys and how I met them. Like I've mentioned already, how important sport was for me. And playing football when I was younger, I was quite a decent striker, you know. I was fast, I was very fast. Especially when you look at me now, you think, nah, he's lying. But no, really was. And that's kind of how I got to know Stewie Leach. Stewie was my assistant coach. My uncle was the manager, Trevor, and Stewie was his assistant. And it's also how I met Stan. Stan's a couple of years younger than me, but when we got up to the Oppen age, I played with Stan. We had some crazy nights in that team, I can assure you. I won't share any memories of those with you, because YouTube would probably demonetise me. Other people you've seen on the channel: beginner golfer Kieran, I'll address that. Daughter's ex-boyfriend, and they're no longer together, so, and yeah, you won't see him on the channel again. It wasn't a nice breakup, but I do wish him well in his own life. Just wish him well, but it's the best thing for both of them, so that's that. Who else? My dad, obviously. I know my dad through being my dad. Darren. I used to work with Darren. I used to work with him at Master. I didn't even know he liked golf. Again, got back in touch with him. Got back in touch with him simply because of the channel. The channel was responsible for me getting back in touch with Stan as well, really, because they saw what I was doing, dropped me a message and said they wanted to come down and play a game with me. So we put them on the channel, and then they got engrossed. Lewis just appeared. Lewis just appeared one day, and that's no word of a lie. One of the lads said that they turned up to play at Whitwood, played around with Lewis. He was a lovely kid. I came back the next week. I think we ended up playing with him again, and he was added into this little group chat that we've got, and that's pretty much it. Carl, that was on the channel, got to know Carl through Stan. He's Stan's friend. He's now a friend of the channel, and Ian as well is my stepdad. So there's also been Andy on here, who's a very close friend of mine, but he's into his mountain climbing and running and everything else. So I'm sure we'll get him back on again at one point. And then there's our Evie, who I love dearly, apple of my eye, and just, yeah, always wants to take over my channel. Always wants me to put something on for her and everything else. So she has got her own little channel that she does off her mum's, but I think TikTok's more her bag than anything else. Right, we've got a lovely chance here to get on for 4 and hopefully try and get a par. So we've got a 52. We're just going to try and bump it the same as last time, but we've gone for the 52 instead of the pitching wedge, just because we want to try and get a little bit more loft. Just hope it'll kill it a little bit and stop that running. got a nasty kick again. I really am struggling with my luck and everything else today, because that felt nice. Alright, we've got to look at it, but I think it's the tree shot that killed me, innit? I'm seeing it pretty straight. It might just be a little bit right to left, but it's mainly about getting it up there. So he's gone left. Oh, we're coming round it then. Okay. No. Back on that bogey train. The worst kind of holes, these. So 210 to the middle, par 3. I've got a hybrid in hand. I want to say something, but I'm not gonna until I've hit my shot, and then I will. There's strong wind now for some reason, picking up, going left to right. Oh, it's short. It's got a horrible bounce to the right as well. Man, I was going to say, I absolutely love this. It's the only club I haven't changed yet. It's a Cobra F6 hybrid. 20 set at 22 degrees. I just love it. I appreciate that I've done some waffling in this video. I've probably told you things about myself that you don't really need to know. But I just kind of wanted you to have a little bit of an insight into the channel. We're not making any money from the channel, probably down to the fact that the views have significantly dropped off once we got monetized. We don't really get that many. We've got some exciting things coming up. I want to thank the lads from the bottom of my heart for the support that they give me in doing this and the ideas that they come up with. And yeah, I kind of just wanted to show you that we're just human beings. We're just same as you. We play good golf, we play crap golf. We have a laugh. Sometimes we get angry and peed off, and we have things going on in his private lives as well that affect us. Ow! I just smacked myself in the head with a big trolley. That'll be a good one for you. There's one little person I ain't give a shout out to that I do want to. I'll put a little picture of his beautiful face on here. It's my little nephew Edison, who I love to pieces. And when he's old enough, I will put him on channel, because he'll get subscribers just on his own. Now I need to figure out where this ball's gone. God, it's well shot. That's a horrible shot. That wind might be a bit stronger than what I thought it was. Right, so we've got about 50 to the front. I've got my 58 in my hand again for some stupid reason. Just going to try and put a decent enough swing on it and hopefully get it somewhere in the middle of the green. We will take that. Okay, so we've got to put for par. Be a good one to make. Don't see much break in it. Pretty straight. Oh my God. Right. Is that not just the way things are going today? Okay. This morning when I woke up, my eyes were struggling, my hand was hurting, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to bother. And then I thought, no, I'm going to, because my iron play, the last time we played, last weekend, it wasn't great. And I thought, I just want to make sure that it was a one-off. Irons have been great today. It's just everything else. Right, see if we can put a decent swing on this. Couple of birdies to finish off. We'll change it, I suppose. I mean, that couldn't be any better. That could not be any better of a drive. I've not seen it come down, but that was absolutely perfect. There is a ditch up there, and it takes some to get over it. But that was straight out the middle. I enjoyed that one. I knew I'd caught that well, but not for the life of me did I think I'd caught it that good. I'm pretty certain that's over 300 yards. So it's saying that I've got 70 tip middle, and that's in middle. I'm going to go with my 58 again. I got a decent swing in it last time. See if we can do it again. Put it somewhere near. Yeah, what a drive that was. Really, really chuffed with that. Okay. We're not turning. I mean, I'm not complaining about that shot, it was a belter. But I don't feel still right. We've got an half decent looking birdie putt here, really. It'd be nice to sink this. I think again it's pretty straight. Get in! Yes! Come on then. Finish strong. Probably the hardest hole on the course. I mean, it's 375 yards. The line is these trees here, you can see. To try to land it somewhere past the telegraph pole, that's the only way you get a shot in, because it's actually behind them trees. There's the green. So, yeah. If I get a par on this, I'll be happy. Just wouldn't mind hitting a tee shot like I just hit, because that was an absolute pearler. Don't know what I did. We have done, but it's gone right. It's going right. I didn't see it come down, but it'll be safe over there. It was a nice enough strike. We're made up with that shot. It's gone further than what I thought. I'm not far off being in line with telegraph pole, and I can see it flag. Okay, so we've got 170 tip middle. Now, I don't like my 5-iron in this set for some reason, so I'm going to go with my 6. My aim here at the minute is to aim straight at it. If I get a decent enough connect, I've got to flirt with these trees though, that's the problem, because I will fade it. Yeah, 6-iron, flirt with the edge of the trees. We flirted with it, we flirted with it. We'll have to wait and see. That could be perfect. It could be in the trees. Let's take you with me. Show you a little bit more of Owston and see if we can actually find the ball. So it went over these, I think it did. There's a bunker. Oh no, it's there. It's at the back of the green. I'm pretty certain. Oh no, there's something there at the front. That's just how bad my eyes are, look. Oh, it is there at front. That was perfectly on line as well. You can see it, look at that. Every chance to get up and down. If I don't get up and down from here, you've got to think it's terrible, isn't it, really? Right, so I'm going to go with 52. I think that's my favoured out of the two wedges, even though the 58's put me close a couple of times. Try and land it on, I suppose, this little brownie patch, just here, and then hope it'll roll down. Nice length. Chance for par. take birdie par if we can hit par. Take this hole actually. A little bit right to left, but mainly straight, I think. Get in that hole. Get in that hole. Oh! Take a par. The wind has picked up a lot, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, really, because I wanted to get the drone up in the air and get some shots for you. I will try. So if you've seen drone footage up to this point, it worked. If you didn't, it didn't. I'm going to go with fairway wood. It's only, this is the 9th hole at Owston. It's 234 yards to the front. There's a massive ditch though at the front. So if I can land it just before that, I'll be happy. Now, the thing about this club, as we may have seen already today, it draws. And it draws big. It's probably the only one. I mean, I can draw the hybrid, but this does it without me even trying. So we're going to try and just knock it straight. If it draws in, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okie dokie. That's either in the ditch or exactly where I've just climbed it. That was a beautiful shot. I really like that shot. And the setup there didn't draw. It didn't even look like it was going to. It's perfect. However, that's really struggling now, look. Okay, so perfect shot. Perfect shot for this hole. 58. It does go uphill, so we know we can land it hopefully a little bit more aggressive and somewhere near the hole. Oh, we'd love a birdie here. We'd love a birdie here. Not as close as I'd like, but we've given ourselves a chance. I hate golf. I don't even know what score I am, you know. I think I bogeyed most of them. There was a par in there, a birdie. I'm on the 9th. I'd say this is probably, if I birdie this, it'll put me to about 5 or 4 over, which, given how I've played at first bit, will be amazing. But here we go. So it'd be a good test this for these mics, because there's a lot of wind up here, and I don't know if you can hear me still. I mean, you can see from the flag, I suppose. Go on then. Go on then. Ah, we'll take par. We'll take a par. And that's it, guys. I'm not really sure how I performed against last year's video, but do you know what? I'm in a better place mentally, and I think that's all that matters. I enjoyed that, even though the first couple of holes were rubbish. If you like the bit of an insight into my life, give us a subscribe, give us a like. But that's pretty much it really, guys. So go hit the subscribe button right now, and then continue to watch us, and watch us grow, hopefully. Cheers, guys.